Before we started the show, each night, we would either sing the Our Father or we would sing these two verses of Amazing Grace, one of the spectacular hymns that's ever been written, especially when you know who wrote it, what his background was, the power of grace. So, please sing this with me, and we'll do what we used to do and what I think they do some in churches. We'll go up a step for the last verse. This is the first and the last verse. You ready? Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, with all the saints to sing God's praise. And when we first begun. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story why I've added We Shall Overcome. The Lord has permitted me to live a remarkable journey. Lived here all my life, except 3 years. I took my family to Selma, Alabama, where I worked for Good Samaritan Hospital, 1964 to 1967. And the reason this is important in this, bringing up this song, Good Samaritan Hospital no longer exists, but it was a Catholic hospital founded in the late 1930s to provide health care for persons of color who could not go to the other hospitals. And it happened to be an interest in my heart. I would have to say that in some ways it was a hard time for our family. We've been there about 6 months. We've been sort of greeted as sort of the new white couple in town. But then, as you remember, in January of 1965, the black leaders of Dallas County asked Dr. King to come and organize a voter registration drive, a non-violent voter registration drive. When the marchers were attacked on the Edmund Pettus Bridge that first Sunday in March 1965, our family was out in the backyard of our home in Selma, I think playing badminton. But I got an emergency call from the hospital, rushed right down. Part of my work was public relations, but also due to what was going on in Selma for 2 or 3 months, the news media from all over the world were there. And that was one of my roles, the news media intermediary. And you've seen films, I'm sure, of what happened to the marchers. Most of those marchers, the injured, were brought to Good Samaritan Hospital. Men, women, children, all ages, dozens. They've been tear gassed, they've been beaten with clubs, some of them have been ridden over with horses. And when I walked into the hospital, small hospital, they were sitting on the floor in the corridors all over the place, coughing, gasping for breath. So We Shall Overcome, you know, it became a great freedom song of the civil rights movement. It was an older hymn, but it was resurrected, and many verses have been written for it. But what came to me this morning was to put this in a context, at least for persons whose skin is my color. And I'm sure you're familiar with the police dogs and the fire hoses in Birmingham. I'd like you to think about the fact that right now, as we sing this song, and don't worry about it if you don't know the melody. I'll sing it good and loud, and you just pick up on it, you know? I want you to imagine you're a person of color. And you've just been attacked on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Or you've just been snared at by a dog or sprayed by a hose and knocked against the wall. I'd like you to put yourself in that place. This is not just a hymn. It's an eternal freedom song. Freedom. We all love freedom. And I hope someday, honest to people, that we really understand the bravery and the courage of our black brothers and sisters during that time. And I'm sure there are many people here who already feel it. Here we go. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid someday. Oh, deep in our heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. Let's sing this softly. Let's sing this softly and listen to each other. We are not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. God, thank you for singing. Let me get a little nip of Arizona Diet to you. I promise you this word. Y'all having fun? I would keep you here another hour, but I got to rest up.